We're playing Pauper Poison Storm, the deck based around Infectious Inquiry to poison the opponent, and then you proliferate those counters using cards like Experimental Augury. Let's go check out today's deck list. In front of you is Pauper Poison Storm, the deck where you want to poison the opponent using Infectious Inquiry or even Prolonged Phyresis. Once they're poisoned, you want to proliferate those counters using cards like Contentious Plan, Experimental Augury, Steady Progress, and Vivisurgeon's Insight. Okay, well that's pretty sweet. In today's video, we're also playing Thirsting Roots, which I featured in my previous video 3 months ago. I was so impressed by this card, but another card that I was really impressed by was Manamorphose. Since that video, I've tried to record another video featuring Cryogenic Relic, but it had audio issues. Speaking of those audio issues, I'm using OBS Studio today because those audio issues returned instead of Streamlabs OBS, which I've used the previous 7 years. So this, hopefully everything goes smoothly, and we'll find out if it does, I suppose. But in that Cryogenic Relic video, I just realized that I hated the card and it's too slow and clunky. So I've returned to a list that I really enjoy, featuring both Manamorphose and Thirsting Roots, to allow you to be a little bit faster and smoother and play more like a combo deck. So those are really the changes, but the main deck is exactly the same as that previous video from 3 months ago. The sideboard did change though, because we're playing Fairy Macabre today to deal with the spy combo decks of the format. That is a new change, but one thing that you can do against the spy combo decks is just use your classic Weather the Storm to gain a bunch of life. Treat the deck like Burn. That deck can only deal 40-ish damage with a Lotleth Giant, so if you can put your life total above 40, you should be good. So then they'd have to Lotleth Giant you twice, and hopefully by then you can poison the opponent out. That's at least my thought philosophy. If I'm wrong, I suppose we'll find out in this video, but that's my game plan for now. Let me know what you think of these changes in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you, but for now we're going to hop on into the first match, and I will see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match with Pauper Poison Storm. We're on the play. Very good hand. We will keep. We'll begin with a Hickory Woodlaw and pass the turn. They play a basic island. Delver Secrets. Okay, so we're facing the Mono Blue Terror deck. I think I would like to take this opportunity to resolve Pented Prism. So we'll cycle the Lorien Revealed for an island, play the island, and then play the Pented Prism. Pass the turn. Upkeep the Brainstorm. Delver Secrets transforms, revealing Mental Note. They play an island, and now they attack. I'll go to 17. Surprise and Skerry. We'll just play that and pass here. And step, they use the Mental Note, and they mill over a counter spell. You love to see it. They play an island, so now they have 3 untapped mana, 6 cards in hand. They swing for 3, I'll go to 14. And they pass. We'll play Sandstone Needle. And I'll pass the turn. And step, they Thought Scour, milling over Delver Secrets and another copy of Thought Scour. They play land number 4. And now they attack, I'll go to 11. Still 6 cards in their hand. Chalarian Terror. Okay. End step, I will try a Steady Progress. See if this resolves. It does. Okay. We draw Experimental Augury. That's a good one. Surprise and Skerry. So I would like to try to resolve Infectious Inquiry here. I have a feeling it's going to be counterspelled, but we have to play it at some point. And it does resolve. Wow. Okay. So I'm at 9. We should probably try to Weather the Storm this turn. Play the Surprise and Skerry, and then Thirsting... Actually, hold on. Let's play the other Pented Prism, and now we'll Thirsting Roots to Proliferate. They go to 2 poison. Okay. And then let's attempt a Snap on the Delver of Secrets, and now they Dispel. Okay. Weird that they didn't... I guess you can't Dispel an Infectious Inquiry. Sure. I will play Experimental Augury. Storm is 6. We'll take another copy of Experimental Augury. Proliferate, they go up to 3 poison. We'll play another copy of Experimental Augury. Take the Manamorphose. They go up to 4 poison. I will then cast the Manamorphose. Storm is now 8. We'll do red-green. I'll play a copy of Steady Progress. Storm is 9. Lorien Revealed, not a bad draw. And now I will play Thirsting Roots, which is just better than the Lotus Petals that we were playing previously here. So they go to 6 poison. And now I can play Weather the Storm for 33 life. Okay. We're gaining a lot of life here. I'm at 42. They attack for 8. And they hardcast a Lorien Revealed. That's what I'm going to do. That's so crazy. We will tap the Hickory Woodlot and the Sandstone Needle. Play the Lorien Revealed. Floaty Green. Steady Progress. I guess we'll play it. They go to 7 poison. I was hoping for more Proliferate cards here. This is our window to win. Contentious Plan. That's something. We'll play the land and Contentious Plan. They go up to 8 poison. And another Hickory Woodlot. We'll gain 12 life. And actually, I'm going to play the other Weather here too. I don't know if I'll have a turn where I cast as many spells from here on out. So we have a healthy life total. Our opponent has 8 poison, but they just drew 3 cards. And they, from what I could tell, haven't drawn a counterspell yet. So it's likely that they have found one by now. So now we have to try to find windows to resolve 2 more Proliferate spells. They cycle a Lorien Revealed, and now they play a Ponder. They shuffled off the Ponder. They play a land, another Ponder, and another Ponder. Okay. So they don't have Counterspell available. If I could draw a Proliferate spell, that would be great. Let's see it. Another Tolarian Terror. Manamorphose. Okay, we'll cycle it. Vivisurgeon's Insight, please. Blue, blue. Snap. Not the best draw. We'll bounce a Tolarian Terror, and then I have to pay the ward cost. Yes. Untap, untap. We'll pass the turn. No need to play out my land and let them know that I have nothing in hand. I mean, they could probably figure that out, but we don't need to tell them that. They hardcast another Lorien Revealed. The odds that they don't have a counterspell now are so low. And now they attack for 8. And if they don't play the Tolarian Terror here, I think it tells us they do have counterspell. They're going to go to cleanup. They discard an island. Experimental Augury. I mean, this is a great one because it's an instant, so if they try to do something on the end step, I can cast it. And they didn't. Land number 8. They cast a Mental Note, which gets rid of a Cryptic Serpent and a Spell Pierce. They Thought Scour. It's 2 islands. That's very good for them. They attack for 8. That hurts. They play another Tolarian Terror. Another Tolarian Terror. What are you thinking about over there, huh? You want to cast a Cryptic Serpent and only have 1 counterspell available? Demon Inferior. Sure, we'll put that on the bottom. So now they only have 1 counterspell available. If I can draw another card worth countering, we can resolve one of them. That'll do. Let's play Experimental Augury. Ooh. Ah, a second main deck Dispel. I would like to respond with another Experimental Augury, and here's going to be a counterspell. Devastating. Yep. Brutal. We have to pass. Now they have 18 damage on the board. So if they have another creature, they have lethal next turn. They play Deep Analysis and a land. They're going to attack for 18. They've used 2 of their 4 counter spells, and they only have 17 cards left in their deck. And that's lethal. If this resolves, we might win, but if it doesn't, we're definitely dead. Vivisurgeon's Insight, please resolve. Pretty please. No, we missed. We missed. Wow. So there's still a chance if Manamorphose cycles into a Proliferate spell, but that's a big if. Manamorphose. Black. Blue. That wins the game. Assuming it resolves. Prologue to Phyresis. Wow, they didn't find the counterspell. Insane. What a game number 1. Nightmare matchup, and we pulled it out. We'll bring in our Dispels and my Pyroblasts. So this is a controversial opinion among people that play this deck. I like boarding out all of the creature control. And if they have a fast start, they have a fast start. I don't think that you're capable of beating their fast starts plus counter magic. So I think you're supposed to just try to be the control deck and use your Pyroblast as the creature control. Just my 2 cents. Game number 2 on the draw. This seems fine to me. You can cycle the Lorien Revealed for a basic island and then Contentious Plan on the second turn. I mean, would I like more lands? Yes, but I think it's acceptable. They have a first turn Delver of Secrets. We'll play the Hickory Woodlot, pass. Upkeep, they Brainstorm. This will help transform the Delver of Secrets. And they reveal a Lorien Revealed. They play an island. Okay, I'm at 17. We're going to get blown out here by a potential Spell Pierce, but I think you're still supposed to play the Contentious Plan. And I'm choosing Contentious Plan over Dispel because it's more likely to resolve. Due to Dispel, that is. I might have misspoke there. I'm choosing it over Experimental Augury due to Dispel. Because you can't Dispel a sorcery. Okay, so we found the Infectious Inquiry. They cycle a Lorien Revealed. Land number 3. They swing. Ouch, I'm at 14. They play Ponder. And a Delver of Secrets. Hickory Woodlot, not a bad draw. They didn't have Spell Pierce last turn, so I'm somewhat tempted to try to Infectious Inquiry this turn. We'll play the Manamorphose. We'll make black green. Play Hickory Woodlot. And let's try the Infectious Inquiry. Envelop! Okay, was not expecting that. They have a lot of 1-mana interaction. They transform the Delver of Secrets to Deep Analysis. They Mental Note. So the Deep Analysis is now in the graveyard. They play a land. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this game in time. I'm at 8 life. They play a Ponder. Another Dispel. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my clock. Let's just go to game 3. Very good draw for the opponent. Like, if you wanted to, you could do, like, 2 Weather the Storm over, like, 2 Thirsting Roots. But I like the Thirsting Roots. It gives you mana stability. And obviously the Proliferate matters, so I'm going to leave it as is. Game 3 on the play. Yeah, this hand's fine. Keep. We'll play Sandstone Needle and pass the turn. First turn Delver Secrets, always. Play the Hickory Woodlot, and I think I'll pass. I could have played the Pented Prism. I just don't want to play it for 1 counter. Maybe that's me being greedy, but that's my thought philosophy here. They transform, revealing Brainstorm. Land number 2. And now they attack. I'm at 17. Contentious Plan. Play the Pented Prism. It resolves, and now I'll play the Contentious Plan, floating a red. Proliferate. We'll pass. They did not Brainstorm. Interesting. I would have thought that they had Brainstorm plus like a Thought Scour there. And now they attack again. I go to 14. Now they Brainstorm. And they pass the turn with 6 cards. We draw another Pyroblast. I suppose all of my spells are instants that I would play here, so I don't need to do anything in my main phase. And they're going to redraw a card off Brainstorm. Another Delver of Secrets. Okay, so I do need to find poison cards soon. They attack, this puts me to 11. End step, Steady Progress. Proliferate. You draw a Dispel. We'll play another Steady Progress. Proliferate. Thirsting Roots. Looks like we ran out of gas. Pass the turn. Delver of Secrets. Does not transform. They play land number 4. I think I'm supposed to try to kill a Delver here. Tap the Sandstone Needle. Destroy Insectile Aberration. They counterspell. I will Dispel. And they're going to counterspell again. I'll Pyroblast. So this does give me a window if I could draw something that's good to do something meaningful, but the question is, will I draw anything? There we go. Okay. Blue, blue, green. And then we'll use Sandstone Needle. Vivid Surgeon's Insight. We did not draw a poison card. I can resolve Lorien Revealed, though. Blue, blue. Tap the Hickory Woodlot. We'll hardcast Lorien Revealed. Still no poison card. Ay. Play the Forest. Play Pented Prism. Pass the turn. We saw 33% of our deck, technically a little over, no poison spells. They transform the insectile aberration to Brainstorm. And they cast it. They cycle a Lorien Revealed. They play a land, 4 cards in their hand. Ouch, I go to 7. Cryptic Serpent, so they're representing lethal here. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this, but we'll see. We'll begin with Experimental Augury. We find the Infectious Inquiry, but I feel like it's too late. Okay. We'll play the Infectious Inquiry. It resolves. We have to try to resolve like a Vivisurgeon's Insight here. We'll play the Vivisurgeon's Insight. And they're F6'd. Okay, so there might be a chance. We'll play another Pented Prism. So now the Thirsting Roots make mana, so that's how we would theoretically win here. So Thirsting Roots is basically Dark Ritual and a poison. So they'll go to 3 poison. Are we going to pull this off? Thirsting Roots being Dark Ritual plus poison is just insane. They're at 4 poison. Okay, and now the Steady Progress is literally free because there's 3 Pented Prisms in play. So we'll Steady Progress. They go to 5 poison. Okay. Ooh, that was a miss. Alright, so we will Manamorphose. We'll do blue. Dispel. Probably not good anymore considering everything else is resolved. Alright, Lorien Revealed, it's up to you. Please be good. Vivisurgeon's Insight. That would eat up almost all my mana. Ah, that's unfortunate. So I think we're supposed to Manamorphose first. See if we can hit another Proliferate spell. Please be good. Blue. Contentious Plan is great. We'll play it. So they go to 6 poison. And it makes 1 mana. Yes! Let's go! Experimental Augury. I think we take the Infectious Inquiry. They go to 7 poison. And now we'll play the Vivisurgeon's Insight. It leaves 1 counter on all of our Pented Prisms before it resolves. So now they go to 8 poison. And I think we have it. I can just play 2 copies of Infectious Inquiry here. Infectious Inquiry. And now they're at 9 poison. And I have Experimental Augury plus Dispel backup in case they have a Spell Pierce. Experimental Augury. This does it. We combo killed them. Wow. What an insane match. Opponent says GG. GG opponent. Wow. We got away with murder here. I can't believe we won this round. We're 1-0 in this Pauper League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Time for the second round. We're on the draw. I have no idea what the opponent's playing, but this hand is decent. I love Manamorphose in this deck, let me tell you. A lot of people don't seem to care for it, but the ability to filter into... I mean, we drew the basic Swamp, which was like one of the best draws in the deck, don't get me wrong. But the ability to filter and then play Infectious Inquiry or anything else is just so powerful. They play Alembas, so likely the Jund Wildfires deck. Okay. Another Infectious Inquiry, how about that? Okay, so I think we're going to end up playing the Infectious Inquiry, and we'll have to discard a card here. Probably another Infectious Inquiry. I don't think I'm actually allowed to keep 4 of them. It's either that or like Weather the Storm. Is it crazy to get rid of Weather the Storm? Against like a mid-range deck? I'll get rid of 1 Infectious Inquiry. I feel like the Weather the Storm is a little greedy. They play an Ichor Wellspring. So on our next turn, assuming we don't draw anything too good, what I can do is I can play the Forest, Manamorphose, play Contentious Plan, and that will unlock the Surprise and Skerry for use. So we'll Manamorphose, blue, and now we can Contentious Plan and Proliferate. They have 2 poison now. We'll upgrade our land. And now I'll Contentious Plan again. Alright, so they have 3 poison, Surprise and Skerry has 2 counters, and we'll pass the turn. They Cleansing Wildfire on their own land. They could have destroyed my Surprise and Skerry and chose not to. Refurbish Familiar. Goodbye, Weather the Storm. We'll play Infectious Inquiry. They go to 4 poison. We'll play Hickory Woodlot. And now we'll Proliferate using the Thirsting Roots. They're at 5 poison. Pass. Writhing Chrysalis. Okay. They swing, I'll go to 14. Another Lorien Revealed. Let's play... I mean, maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of the Weather Storm. Maybe that was a bad idea. We'll play Vivisurgeon's Insight. So they're at 6 poison. We'll cycle a Lorien Revealed, go grab a basic island, play it, cycle Lorien Revealed, and we'll grab the other island, pass the turn and discard Lorien Revealed, and I'm pretty confident we can win the game next turn. Assuming I don't somehow die here, I feel pretty good about it. I guess the downside would be is if they destroyed my Surprising Skerry, Writhing Chrysalis. Yeah, I think getting rid of the Weather of the Storm was short-sighted. Like, that was a bad idea. A Fanatical Offering, sure. They're pumping up the Writhing Chrysalis. You got it. That's 8 damage on the board. And a Nile Spellbomb. Okay. So you're telling me I have to win. I'll do my best. We'll play Experimental Augury. Interesting. I could take the Weather. Or I can go big and just go for the Augury. So I can cast 2 more blue spells. We have 6 total mana. They have a lot of damage on board, so I'm not even sure if Weather is going to be good enough. So they have 11, 13 on board. I'm going to take the Augury. If I lose this game, it's going to be my own fault, but I kind of just feel like not taking it is being a coward and just not playing to win. So we'll do this. They have 7 poison. I'll play the Experimental Augury. Take the Manamorphose. They go to 8 poison. Maybe I messed up. Because I'm dead on board if I don't draw off Contentious Plan or Manamorphose. They go to 9 poison. Tented Prism, that doesn't do it. Play the island, and we're all in on Manamorphose here. So, like, Weather the Storm would have gained 12 life. So if they had, like, another Writhing Chrysalis or, like, double Galvanic Blast, I was dead. Which is why I wanted to go for this win. And we hit the Thirsting Roots. Thank you for not being Lotus Petal. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, like, I'm probably never playing Lotus Petal again. I think, like, Thirsting Roots is just way better. I'm just preaching to the choir. I said it in round number 1. I said it in my last video. But I do not miss Lotus Petal in this deck. Okay, so what do we do post-board? Probably nothing. You could bring in, like, Dispel for Pyroblast effects. I don't know if that's good. It's something you're allowed to do. Is that better than Snap? Like, do you really want to snap a Refurbished Familiar? So maybe we'll bring in Dispel just for their Pyroblasts. Let's try this. This is fine. Keep. They mulligan play a turn 1 bridge. Manamorphose, why are you so good? Like, we have no black mana. Here's Manamorphose being like, let me fix that for you. Vault of Whispers. Refurbished Familiar. Okay. We'll get rid of a Sandstone Needle. Experimental Augury. I'll play the Sandstone Needle and just pass. I'm going to save these spells for after I play Infectious Inquiry. They cast an Ichor Wellspring, you got it, and a Twisted Landscape. So they can swing, we'll go to 18. Steady Progress, we'll play the Manamorphose. We'll do Black-Green, Prologue to Phyresis. Is that better to play here? Because then I can level up my lands the same turn, probably. So we'll play Prologue instead of the Infectious Inquiry. I'll have to play the Inquiry at a later date. We draw another Infectious Inquiry. Let's play the Present Skerry. And now we'll Experimental Augury. Take another Experimental Augury. They'll go to 2 poison. We'll level up all 3 of our lands. Pass. They fetch using the Twisted Landscape. Basic Mountain. They play Alembas. And they attack. We'll go to 16. Cleansing Wildfire. So this actually mana fixes for me because now I can grab my Swamp. A card that I'm only playing because I'm playing the Thirsting Roots. The other builds don't play it. So now I'm allowed to play Infectious Inquiry here. Play the Hickory Woodlot. And we'll Experimental Augury. They'll go up to 4 poison. We'll take Contentious Plan. It's either Contentious Plan or Manamorphose, and I think it's the Contentious Plan for the ability to proliferate. Pass the turn. They play Eviscerator's Insight, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring, and a Duress. And they just conceded. Too easy. How about that? We're now 2-0 in this Pauper League. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. On the play for match number 3, let's go. Yeah, this seems fine. We have Hickory Woodlot, and then we can cycle the Lorien Revealed for basic island and play an experimental Augury digging for another land. There's a lot to like about this hand. Hickory Woodlot, pass the turn. Basic island into Ponder. Infectious Inquiry, that's not a bad one. We'll cycle the Lorien Revealed, grab that island, play it, and experimental Augury. Take the Peat Bog, Proliferate, and pass. So next turn I could cycle Manamorphose into Infectious Inquiry if the opponent taps out and gives me a window. They play an island into Delver, so we are facing the Mono Blue Terror deck once again. I'll play the Peat Bog, and I think I'm going to snap the Delver here, which seems a little wild, but it means that I could theoretically... No, I can't. Well, I guess I could if I leave up the Hickory Woodlot untapped. I could pay for a Spell Pierce. Yeah, we'll do it. Tap, and then we'll play Infectious Inquiry. And they do have the Spell Pierce. I will pay. Okay. You are poisoned. Ooh, double land is actually pretty good for me. They cycle Lorien Revealed. They play an island. And they pass. So no Delver Secrets. We'll play the Sandstone Needle, pass the turn. They Thought Scour, hits a counter spell, love to see it. A Cryptic Serpent and a Brainstorm. They have 6 cards in their hand. They cycle another Lorien Revealed. Delver Secrets is back. Okay. Mountain was a decent draw. Let's cast Pented Prism. That resolves. Tap the Sandstone Needle. And Steady Progress. Counter spell. Okay. Pass. Delver Secrets. Does not flip. Good. They attack for 1. I'll fall to 17. Deep Analysis. Okay. And they pass the turn. Let's play Contentious Plan. Another counterspell. You've drawn 3 of them. Pretty good. Alright, so that happens. We can play our island. And I think I'm supposed to give up the Sandstone Needle here. Maybe that's silly. I'll give up the Peat Bog, because I could still Manamorphose afterward, so we'll Steady Progress. And I draw another Steady Progress, that's good. We'll play that. They'll go up to 3 poison. Pass the turn. They have 5 cards in their hand. They flip the Delver Secrets to Mental Note, and then they cast it, flipping over the 4th copy of Counterspell. We'll play the Contentious Plan. They go up to 4 poison. Play another copy of Contentious Plan. They go up to 5 poison. And then we'll cast Prologue to Phyresis. This doesn't proliferate, but it does give them another poison here. Play the Sandstone Needle, pass the turn. They cast a Consider. Gets rid of Tolarian Terror. I think it's actually pretty interesting that they wouldn't have wanted to keep that. Because if I were them, from my perspective, we know that they're all out of counterspells. So if I know that you don't have counterspells, I'd be looking to become aggressive here and just cast a bunch of creatures. There's 1 Tolarian Terror. Okay. They have 5 cards still in hand. We'll play Vivisurgeon's Insight, floating a red mana. Lose Focus. I was not expecting this one. So I can pay for it here. Oh no, I can't. My bad. They replicated multiple times. Okay. So this will be countered. I was not expecting Lose Focus. Okay. I'll cycle the Manamorphose. We'll make blue. Experimental Augury. We'll take the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Proliferate. And do I want to gain 15 life? Is that better than the mana? Probably. I'll gain 15. Okay, pass the turn. I'm at 26. They have 8 power on the board. They Thought Scour hits 2 creatures. And now they Brainstorm. They play a land. Augur of Boros. That's not one I usually see out of this deck. They take a Brainstorm. Deem Inferior. That's a bummer. We'll put it on the bottom. And another Delver. So they can attack for 8 here. The upside is we know our Vivisurgeon's Insight will resolve. We'll play our land. And Vivisurgeon's Insight. They go to 8 poison. We'll Manamorphose. Blue-green. We'll gain 9. Pass the turn. Alright, so Delver does not flip. They now play a Brainstorm. Hardcast Lorien Revealed. They play an island. And they swing. I cannot cast the Infectious Inquiry this turn. But I can play Lorien Revealed. So we'll do that. Thirsting Roots. I think we're supposed to play Peat Bog. Pass the turn. Delver triggers. They flip to Deem Inferior. They cast a Deep Analysis. They play a land. 5 cards still in hand. They flash it back. 15 cards left in their deck. They've seen so many cards this game. So I think we have it. Excuse me. Even if they have a main deck Dispel, which they're tapping out so they don't have it, both of the poison cards in our hand are sorceries. So they would need like a main deck Envelop. Snap. So we'll tap the Peat Bog. We'll play Infectious Inquiry. Play Forest. And Proliferate on Thirsting Roots. They go up to 10 poison. And we get game number 1 over Mono Blue Terror. A supposed bad matchup, but so far we've won both game number 1s. Feeling a little bit lucky. Alright, so we'll bring in Dispels and the Pyroblast. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I think I'm going to board out 2 copies of Manamorphose and leave in 2 copies of Weather the Storm. Let's try this. It gives me a little bit of a chance if they do have that aggressive draw. Manamorphose was good for me in match number 1, so this might be wrong, but if they do open up on a fast start, I stand a chance. And maybe it's not worth it, but I at least want to try it. Alright, game number 2. This seems fine. We don't have blue or black mana, but we do have the 2 remaining Manamorphose in the deck, so we'll try it out. Island into Ponder. We'll play the Hickory Woodlot. The Pented Prism was obviously a good draw there. They play an island and just pass, so you don't have to play into their tricks. We can just pass the turn here. We'll play the Mountain and pass. They Thought Scour. It's Hydroblast. Interesting that they sided in Hydroblast. They saw Manamorphose, but maybe they know that my last list had Pyroblast in it. I'm not sure. We will cycle the Lorien Revealed. Grab an island. Play the Sandstone Needle. We'll just pass. Alright, so if they're not going to do anything, we don't either. We'll just pass. Try to bully them a little bit with our mana. And they're not even using cantrips. They're just not doing anything. They have 8 cards in their hand now. We'll cycle Lorien Reveal, go grab the other basic island. Alright, so we have a basic Swamp left in the deck, and then that's it for basics. They discard Deep Analysis, and we drew the Swamp. I'll just pass. And step they play Consider. Mills over a Tolarian Terror. I would have guessed that they would have wanted that. They find land number 4. I think I'm good to cycle the Manamorphose now. If they want to counterspell these, have at it. We'll make red, green. And then we'll play the other Manamorphose. Blue, blue. Thirsting Roots, okay. Play the Hickory Woodlot. Pass the turn. They Thought Scour me. They hit Peat Bog, Weather the Storm. And now they Thought Scour me. It's Infectious Inquiry, Surprise and Skerry. Okay. Interesting decision. And then they just conceded the match. Shame. Alright. We're not 3-0. I can't believe that. They must have been so frustrated that they just weren't drawing lands, I guess. But I'll take it. Alright. 2 matches left to go. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. For round number 4, we're on the play again. Let's go. Thirsting Roots can grab a land into turn 2 Pented Prism. Yeah, we keep this. If this Thirsting Roots was a Lotus Petal, I don't think I would be as excited about this hand. So we'll play the Forest, play the Thirsting Roots, and we'll search for a basic island. Pass the turn. Mono red. Okay, so a fast matchup. The Lorien Revealed. We'll play the Pented Prism. Pass the turn. Great Furnace. Clockwork Percussionist, and a Voldaren Epicure. So this knocks me down to 18, and then they attack for 2. I'll be at 16 life. I'm going to, excuse me, Infectious Inquiry here. I'm still recovering over being sick, so just thanks for bearing with me. I'll Infectious Inquiry, hoping to hit a land, and I didn't. That was bad. So we have to pass. That's really not what I wanted. I really wanted to hit a land there. Specifically a depletion land, and now a Bushwhacker. I feel like we're out of this game now. Bummer. I'm at 6. I'm almost dead. Okay. So I think we start with Manamorphose. Blue, green. I mean, not a bad draw. What does a winning game from here look like? If I Experimental Augury, I pretty much can't do anything for the rest of the turn. So that's a problem. I could play the Pented Prism, but then I'm going to lose one of the Pented Prisms. So, like, is it really worth it? I could cycle the Lorien Revealed using the blue and go grab the other basic island. And that way I have a guaranteed land drop. Like, that's something. I feel like that's the move here. So I'll use the blue mana. And now I'll play the island. We'll snap the Clockwork Percussionist. Untap, untap. Snap a Voldaren Epicure. Untap, untap. And now I will gain 12 life. I don't think I want to burn a Pented Prism here. I could be wrong, but we'll see. They play Voldaren Epicure. I'll go down to 13. It would have really helped to have found a depletion land this game, but instead we didn't. I'm at 10 now, and they're attacking for 3. I'm at 7. We're already almost back to being dead. Play the Pented Prism. So if I tap the island and then play another Pented Prism, I have to burn one anyway, so it's not even really worth it. So I'll play Experimental Augury. I guess you take steady progress here. Like, Peat Bog doesn't actually help me. Proliferate. We'll Experimental Augury again. We'll take Contentious Plan. They go to 3 poison. Experimental Augury again. They go to 4 poison. We'll take Weather the Storm. Okay. We'll play the Contentious Plan. They go to 5 poison. Manamorphose. That's a great draw. I suppose I actually need to make a red or green to cast it, huh? Alright, so we'll play Manamorphose Storm 6. Red, green. I wish I would have made a blue now. So I could play the Pented Prism. Okay. We're going to burn one of the Pented Prisms here. And I'll Experimental Augury. They go up to 6 poison. Take the Vivisurgeon's Insight. They're at 6 poison. And now I'll Weather the Storm. And this will gain 27. I can't believe we're making a comeback this game. Alright, I have a bunch of life. Goblin Tomb Raider. Another Goblin Bushwhacker! Wow, I might actually still lose this. I'm at 21 now. They have 1 card in hand. We'll play Steady Progress. They go up to 7 poison. Contentious Plan. This is 8 poison. So, another Proliferate spell for 2 mana wins it. Lorien Revealed does not. So I will Prologue here because I could still draw one that wins. So they'll go to 9 poison, and I have to pass. So if I untap, we have the win. I'm at 21. They play a Rally. I think we have it now. I'm at 12. Yeah. They Lightning Bolt. I'm at 9. I'll play the mountain that I draw for turn and Vivisurgeon's Insight. Proliferate. We did it without ever playing a depletion land. I don't think I've ever won a game with this deck where I never played a depletion land. That is nuts. Wow. Really, it's something else. We'll bring in 2 Breath Weapon and the Dispel. Pour out the Snaps. And we'll hit Submit. Game number 2. This seems fine to me. We'll keep. Basic Mountain into Ginger Brute. We'll play Peat Bog and pass the turn. Basic Mountain. Burning Tree Emissary. And they have the Rally. This is their nut draw here. Okay. We rip the Breath Weapon. That's insane. I'm going to pass and then we can Breath Weapon on their turn. Come on, play some more creatures. Do it. Goblin Bushwhacker. We will Manamorphose. Make red, red. I want to Manamorphose again. I want to spike some lands here. So that way I don't have to kill my Peat Bog next turn. Red, green. Alright, Manamorphose one more time. Green, green. Alright. And now we'll Breath Weapon. Boom! They have 3 cards in their hand now. We'll Prolog Dephiresis. Pass the turn. They have 4 cards in hand. Another Goblin Bushwhacker. I go to 12. Play the Surprising Skerry. And then Contentious Plan. They go to 2 poison. Another Weather the Storm. Good draw. They still have 4 cards in hand. Ouch. Thirsting Roots. I will pass. Instead they Lightning Bolt. I'm going to respond with an Experimental Augury. See if they try to counterspell this. They don't. We'll take Contentious Plan. Any order. Proliferate. Experimental Augury again. We'll take another Experimental Augury. Proliferate. So now they're at 4 poison. And I will Weather the Storm to gain 12. That's how we do. They Galvanic Blast, I'm at 9, but then I gain 12, 18 life. They play land number 3 with 2 cards left in their hand. We draw the Swamp. Contentious Plan. They go to 5 poison. Tented Prism, that's a good one. We'll play it. Play my Swamp. We'll play Thirsting Roots and Proliferate. Okay. They're now at 6 poison. Play Experimental Augury. Assuming that this resolves, they'll be at 7 poison. They Pyroblast. Sure. I'm going to show them another Weather the Storm here. I'll gain 18. Okay, I'm at 35. Another Goblin Bushwhacker. They have 1 card in their hand. Vivisurgeon's Insight. Do you have another Pyroblast? You do. Okay. So now we'll Experimental Augury. We'll take another Vivisurgeon's Insight. They'll go to 7 poison. Pass the turn. Goblin Tomb Raider. So their hand is now empty. Vivisurgeon's Insight. They go to 8 poison. We draw another Pented Prism. We'll play the Pented Prism. Play the Hickory Woodlot. We'll Proliferate with Thirsting Roots. Yeah, we've won this. Thirsting Roots is just too powerful. That's got to be it. They're at 9 poison. And we'll Steady Progress for the win. That is how we do. Alright, we're 4-0. 1 match away from greatness. Can we do it? Stick around and find out. The Gold Sabertooth times the Epic Storm collection has arrived with 3 full-size tokens showcasing the beloved Dark Ritual, CDH Rogsai, and Legacy of the Epic Storm for just $5. On the backs of these tokens, there's a place for my signature or a custom message. In addition to these sweet tokens, a friendly reminder that all orders that ship from theepicstorm.com also come with a signed Storm token from yours truly. For the trophy, match number 5, we're on the draw. I'm going to keep. No idea what the opponent's playing, I just hope that we get this. We have mana, we have the poison spell. Alright, a damage land. We'll play Hickory Woodlot and pass the turn. Basic Plains, Thraben Inspector, and a Thraben Inspector. Okay. We'll play Heatbog, pass the turn. So next turn I could play Pented Prism and Infectious Inquiry. They play a Candy Trail and a Glint Hawk. They pick up that Candy Trail and now they attack for 2. I'll go to 17. We'll play the Island, play Pented Prism, and then Infectious Inquiry. So we now have our first poison. Drew more lands. Not the best. We need Proliferate spells. They deal me another damage with their Bluffs and a Novice Inspector. They can attack for 4. I'll be at 10. We're running out of time here. Galvanic Blast. I'm at 6. I'm almost dead. Experimental Augury. Okay. So I think I'm going to start on Experimental Augury. Contentious Plan. We really need to Weather the Storm. And now we'll play Manamorphose. Blue, blue. Vivisurgeon's Insight sees the most cards, so that's what I'm going to cast here. We'll go to 3 poison. And we did not find Weather the Storm. We're probably dead. I would have accepted a Snap, but we didn't draw Snap either. They came out of the gates, and we sort of just stumbled. So I guess there's a chance if I draw exactly Weather the Storm off of Contentious Plan. They go to 4 poison. Snap. I can bounce a Glint Hawk, and then that's only 3 damage on board, so I need them to not have any burn spells. But then I have to get rid of my Pented Prism. I think that's the move because it makes it so I'm not dead to another Bluffs or a creature that bounces Bluffs. It just feels bad to get rid of my Pented Prism here. But the question is, if I do make that play, what am I doing next turn? Because honestly, I don't know if we can do anything meaningful next turn if I do make that play. We know that they have Candy Trail in their hand still, so they have Candy Trail and one unknown, and then they get one draw step, and then they could sacrifice a clue token. You know what? I'm going to pass the turn. I don't think it's a winning play to cast the Snap. Discard 2 lands. They play the Candy Trail. They put one card on top, one on the bottom. They draw a card using the clue. They play their land, so I know that it's not another bluffs. This puts me to 1. I'm fine with being at 1. Gives me a chance to actually win this game. The Novice Inspector. Okay, let's do it. Surprise and Skerry is going to be our land drop. We'll play Hickory Woodlot into Painted Prism, which was a pretty darn good draw. And now we'll snap the Glint Hawk, untap Surprise and Skerry and Hickory Woodlot. We'll play Steady Progress. They go to 5 poison. We draw a Manamorphose, we'll play that. Blue, green. Vivid Surgeon's Insight, that's a strong draw here. We'll remove 2 counters from Painted Prisms. Vivid Surgeon's Insight will put them to 6 poison. We hit Snap and Weather the Storm. I think we've won. Alright, so I'll use charge counters from Painted Prisms. We'll snap a Thraben Inspector, untap Surprise and Skerry and Hickory Woodlot. Tap the 2 lands again. We'll play Steady Progress. This will knock them up to 7 poison, and we proliferate into another Steady Progress. Okay. We'll cast it. Now they'll go up to 8 poison. We draw a Contentious Plan. That's the game. Contentious Plan. They're at 9 poison. And we finish off the job with a Prologue to Phyresis. Yes! Let's go! Let's go from 1 life! Yes. That was exciting. We definitely want the breath weapons. Take out 2 snap. And I think I want to leave 1 snap in. You could board in Moment's Peace. It's just the snap makes mana. And I like making mana. Making mana is good. So I would like to do that. I will hit submit. You might be asking, what are the Moment's Pieces for if you're not bringing them in here? Which is a fair question. They're really for decks like Bogles or like the Hot Dogs deck, things like that. I don't think you necessarily need those and Breath Weapon in the deck at the same time. We'll try this. They have a mulligan to 5. They play the Bluffs again. They're at 4 cards in hand. Play Hickory Woodlot, pass the turn. They play a Plains into Thraben Inspector and Thraben Inspector. 2 cards left. Painted Prism, a good draw. We'll play the Sandstone Needle and pass. So next turn I can play Hickory Woodlot, Painted Prism, double Contentious Plan. They reveal Galvanic Blast, so I'll be taking 4 here. I'm at 15. They attack for 2, I'll be at 13, and they have 1 card in their hand. Ooh, Surprise and Skerry. That's better than the Hickory Woodlot. So now we'll play the Painted Prism. 2 mana floating. We'll make a blue. Cast a Contentious Plan. Proliferate. Vivid Surgeon's Insight. We'll cast another Contentious Plan. Proliferate again. I will pass the turn. I could Weather the Storm here. It's not worth losing my Painted Prism. They swing for 2. I'll go to 11. Another Galvanic Blast. I'm at 7. I'm kind of close to dead for their mulligan to 5. They draw a card with a clue. They play an Ancient Den. And they pass the turn. I will begin this turn with a Vivid Surgeon's Insight, and then I'll make decisions about land drops. Okay, we drew our first poison spell. So I could play Island, Prologue to Phyresis, Thirsting Roots, Weather the Storm. I think I like that. We'll Prologue to Phyresis. So they'll gain their first poison. I can now Thirsting Roots. And we'll Proliferate. They'll have 2 poison. And Weather the Storm to gain 12. Okay, I'm at 19. You have 1 card in hand. Feel like we're in the driver's seat. They swing for 2. I'll go to 17. They draw a card using the clue token, so now they're up to 3 cards in hand. They play Ancient Den, and they pass. So I do have to be worried about a Pyroblast here. So I think I'll play Hickory Woodlot and just pass the turn, and then on the end step we can play Steady Progress. They Lightning Bolt, I go to 14, that's fine. They use Experimental Synthesizer. They reveal a Lightning Bolt, which I honestly love. They play their land, I take 1. Because if they play the Lightning Bolt, it means that my Vivisurgent's Insight isn't going to be counterspelled by Pyroblast. And I go to 8. End step, we will play Steady Progress. They go to 3 poison. We draw a land. We'll untap. Steady Progress. We will start with a Vivisurgent's Insight. This brings them up to 4 poison. That was not a particularly good draw 3. We'll play Experimental Augury. That was not good either. I could actually lose this. I'll take the Vivisurgent's Insight. They go to 5 poison. Okay, we'll tap the Hickory Woodlot. And I will play Vivisurgent's Insight. We hit Weather the Storm. Okay. Pretty good. Play the Forest. We'll Thirsting Roots to Proliferate. They'll go to 7 poison. And now we'll Weather the Storm to gain 15 life. After that, we'll pass the turn. We'll discard a Peat Bog. They play Experimental Synthesizer and reveals Dust to Dust. That's fine. Dust to Dust resolves. They actually had to exile one of their own lands because it requires 2 targets. Manamorphose. We'll start with a Steady Progress here. They go to 8 poison. Thirsting Roots. Let's play Manamorphose first, I guess. I'll play Manamorphose. That happened so fast. I don't think I actually clicked the colors. It just like everything just skipped and I made red. That's not what I wanted to do there. It's a little awkward. I'll Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. Yeah, I wanted to make blue. It's just like everything like jumped. I'm sure like somebody's going to like be like, you actually double clicked red, and I don't think I did, but that's okay. We'll tap the island. Tap Hickory Woodlot. I will cast a Lorien Revealed. The opponent's saying GG. I actually don't have it yet. Well, the Thirsting Roots does it there. Okay. Now we have it. Thank you for not being Lotus Petal again. Thirsting Roots, you will never be Lotus Petal to me ever again. We got the 5-0. 5-0 undefeated with Poison Storm featuring Manamorphose and Thirsting Roots. This deck is so good. Ever since the swap, I've been a firm believer in Thirsting Roots and Manamorphose, and I'm glad that we were able to put theory into practice and, you know, prove its results here. I don't think I'd change a single card. I loved the deck list today. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. There is a sideboard guide over at theepicstorm.com/shop if you're interested. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There's no better way to support our channel. If you're interested in elevating your combo game, visit theepicstorm.com/tutoring for details about our coaching sessions. Don't worry, there's more great combo content coming right up.